Oh, there it is, the tie.
Hello.
There you
How
go.
we doing?
Doing good. Sorry, I messed up the time zones with daylight savings time and everything. I was like, oh no.
It's fine. It's all good. No, I stupidly just kept typing in EST into Google, like EST to UK time, and it was just like, yeah, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I was like, shit, I
Yeah.
done goofed.
No, it was a mutual goof, so it's all fine. You're here now. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk
Yeah, here.
everything related. I unfortunately, unstable Pisces. If you're still around, I do not own a tie. I wanted to wear a tie. I don't own a tie anymore. I don't own a tie.
It's all right.
Um,
Branding. Thought I'd just keep up the appearances.
which is fantastic. By the way, do you have a chat up so you can see chat?
I do. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and change it
You're good.
on yours to just be audio if I can, or just mute it and then just not have video playing at the same time.
Yeah, you're good. So you want to make friends on TikTok? Okay, what's up, McQueeb? Did you bring the pencil? I don't know. You got the pencil?
I did. The pencil lives. The
Oh,
pencilception. You see, pencils
inside.
inside.
Yo, we're professionals.
Yeah, this is going brilliantly, and I'm so glad I'm coming off across so professional late.
You are not late. You are not late. Your setup is much nicer than mine. I look like a biker in a Pinterest store. Like, it's cool.
Well, we're here. We're ready.
So, first of all, thank you for coming on. Should I call you Corp? Should I call you Brit? Should I call you CorporateBrit? We've all decided also that your Brit stands for Brittany, in case you didn't know that.
I've had that before. Yeah, 100% had that before.
But I think, is it okay if I
Yeah,
just...
Brit's fine.
Brit's
Yeah,
fine?
Brit is
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show. Why don't you do... I always love hearing, what's your elevator pitch? Hit us. Who is CorporateBrit?
Yeah, sure. So I say variety streamer, but I play mainly FPS because I'm just too masochistic to move away from that.
Okay.
But also, we are, I guess, as a community and as a channel, it's a mental health safe space, one that we have adult conversations around the internet, what gaming means, what streaming means, what, how we look out for each other, how we can all elevate each other, but also support you from a negative perspective, because there's a lot of shit in the world, and as a channel we do more than just game. It's about being actually there for each other as well. So yeah, it's self-deprecating British humor with some very average gameplay along the side of it is sort of where we are at the minute.
I love that. I never realized, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I realized like how self-deprecating like British humor truly
Yeah.
was. Like when I started to really get into like Ricky Gervais and everything, I was like, oh, this is it. This is my type of humor, and I'm here for it. But
Yeah, I think if you can't take the piss out of yourself, then you can't take the piss out of somebody else.
exactly, perfect. Which is a good segue. How did you get started in streaming, and then when did you get on TikTok? We got to know the superhero origin stories.
So I guess I started streaming, it will be 2016, and I only started streaming for about 2-3 months. So I finished university, had a year out of university doing freelance work, and I was like, oh, I'll just stream on the side. And at that point I was streaming Smite and just FIFA and whatever. It was straight from the console, no webcam, nothing. And it was just like about 3 months I did it. So that's why my account says like 2016 created.
Okay.
But I properly started going at it in September, October last year.
Okay.
September's when I did my first stream. October's when I started taking it seriously, did branding, got panels, got everything alerts sorted out and things like that. And then TikTok, probably pre-Christmas, again, dabbled my toe in it a little bit. And then January really, jumped into the pool head first, pencil first, and went for it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like most people, if you didn't start at the beginning of the pandemic and dial in, it was around like summer, end of summertime is when everybody jumped in. But did you think it was going to get this wild?
No, I don't think anybody. I mean, over here, it's over here, it's ridiculous because we've been like on a seesaw of in out. It's the hokey cokey with being released into the wild, and then idiots just sending us back in it again. So we're just always back in it again.
I'm so torn. I know the proper things to do and whatnot for the pandemic, but I think that's the worry. That's the one of the big questions. Do you think that our audience is going to disappear? Do you think they're going to convert from streamers to viewers? Like, what's your thought on when everything opens back up?
Yeah, I think there'll be a bit. I think there'll be a big shift in people moving from stream. I think there'll be a big shift for people moving from streamers to viewers, simply from a time investment side of things. And actually, you probably see more people moving to content creation because, as we know, you don't grow when you're streaming, you grow off stream. So I think more people will actually start pushing their content game a little bit more, and become viewers and content creators outside it. But I think audiences as a whole will probably see a hit.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was about December, January is when I had a major lull. I mean, that's when I started getting out of the communities I was in, because I was in, if you guys didn't know this, I've been in a lot of hype communities, is part of the whole push. So I saw a dip from that a little bit. And then just the fact, I also saw a lot of other people. Chat, I don't know if you feel the same way, but December, January was kind of, I don't know if it was the Christmas lull or whatnot. Did you notice that as well too?
Yeah, I think I had a friend who was doing like a partner push, not a partner push as such, but he was on his road to partner,
Yeah.
and he had a lull in viewers around December when people just started, I guess, getting involved in it and realizing that lockdown's probably going to be lasting a bit longer. So they all started streaming themselves, or they just it lulled down a little bit from people just being at home with family, or I guess not wanting to have as much time online.
That's a good. How do you feel? Because I'm seeing this a lot right now
Partner
about
pushes.
the partner push. Because I'm so split on it. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm split on it, but I think a partner push is a good thing, but I don't think it should be the only thing you try to do as a channel
Yeah.
or as a streamer. And I think it's good to rally behind a cause and get people to rally behind a cause, but it doesn't. I don't think it should be an end goal. I think it should be a checkpoint. I think it should be something that you can utilize to, drive traffic to the channel and stuff, but you can't just get there and then sustain or maintain what you were doing. You've got to keep fueling the fire, and you have to keep people interested enough.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it's just like, oh, great, we reached it. Okay, cool. Let's go help the next person reach partner. And it's like, oh, okay, thanks, guys. See ya.
That's the biggest fear is I worry about the creators that I know that do just, it's a great goal. I never like want to take, I always say I never want to devalue affiliate or partner, but at the end of the day, it's, you can live without it. I think partner pushes kind of, I don't want to use the word shallow, but it's a tough pill because I've seen people get partner and then it's just what now? What next?
Yeah.
And it takes a different type of person. Is that one of your goals is to make partner, or are you just kind of, you're just hanging
Not
out?
really. I'm not really. I think for me, and I probably sit into the camp of I'm not streaming to become like a celebrity streamer or a big personality streamer or become known for being a streamer.
Yeah.
I think for me, if I can support myself financially with streaming, then that is my goal. Like I'll be quite candid, and I've said it before that I started streaming to make more money and have another revenue stream. And it might sound crass to say it, and people are a bit like, oh, you should be streaming because it's a hobby and you love doing it. But it's like, yeah, but I can make money off my hobby, then I'll do that. Like that's probably where I am. I'm not shilling out, I think, and I don't see my viewers as like pound coins on my chat screen. It's not like I don't see it like that. I think I just want to commercialize a hobby, really.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's weird because I was in Kadea's stream one time and she said, maybe you've heard me say this before, I think I even did a tweet about it, was the fact that for some reason, whether it's a generational thing or society, I sound like the fucking Joker. It is we want to monetize our hobbies, and it's so true.
Yeah.
People are trying to monetize playing games, and that's part of why I don't play games on stream anymore, is because it's for me. Like, what do you do outside of stream? Do you have anything that you do outside of stream? Like, do you still game outside of stream?
No, I only stream when I game.
Really?
So I only game when I stream.
Yeah.
Because like personal like things go, like I have a wife, we have a puppy, and it's like I'd spend 4 hours on stream, 3 to 4 hours on stream 3 nights a week, and then I sometimes pop off and do TikToks for a couple of hours at a time. So outside of like that, I can't just expect also to be away from my wife and helping her and just being a decent husband and person around the house. So I like make sure that I constrain my time and my efficiencies to the stream or when my content creation time is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then it starts to have too much of an impact on personal life as well as what I want to do.
I can see
That
that.
makes sense?
No, it 100% does. I just do you, what do you do to like relax after stream or in between that? I just
God. Get into a meaningless pit of TikToks.
yeah. No, I was about to say I think our off time is spent still streaming in a way, as we're just on TikTok.
Yeah, I'll scroll through TikTok. I'll check in the comment section that you're already there, and it's like, oh, I'll guess me and Anime are just in a 4-hour binge of TikToks at the moment. Then,
Oh, 100%. It's well, I
yeah,
was saying to the chat before, which by the way, Kat says, "Married man, I wish Neon looked that young." Can we ask your age since you're married? Is that okay to
yeah,
ask?
I'm 28.
Okay, I guess that's not
Yeah,
another societal thing. I mean, my parents were married at
I
18
don't
and
care. Yeah.
17, so it's like it's a whole thing. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I was telling Chad. It's like the fact that I'm spending all this time on social media. I'm still,
Yeah,
in my eyes, building real relationships though. I'm present. I'm constantly
yeah,
there. It's I don't want to say it's part of the job and that, and I know people hate the word networking, but it's I'm meeting people at the end of the day. You should be spending
yeah.
40 hours on social media if you truly want to build a brand, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah, I think, and you said it like people hate the word networking, and I did a TikTok about it. It was like networking is just another way of saying making friends. But people like to say networking because it makes them sound like they're busier than they are, when all you're really doing is just actually interacting with other human beings. And it's like you're networking by osmosis by trying to make friends, and that's all
Yes.
it is. And you can badge it as networking if you want. If you want to set aside hours to go network, basically all you're saying is I'm going to go watch some streams and talk to people, and
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Yeah. The idea that maybe it's just because it's a time thing. Because yeah, it does take up a lot of our time. Like you said, we as people as I've come to know, doom scroll through TikTok. I doom scroll.
Yeah,
That's a fun
yeah,
word.
that's a good word.
That is a good word, but I don't know how I feel about itself. But I'm spending a lot of time, and that's why I think it's so rampant when people drop links. People who are building these communities,
Mm.
and I know that's something. When did you first see that and go, okay, it's time to break out the pencil and the tie?
Yeah, I think I don't know. Honestly, I think in the back of my mind it started from a place of jealousy.
Ooh,
Actually, being quite
okay,
candid, I think
yeah,
I think follow for follows and things like that started from a place of jealousy for me because I saw the engagement and I saw the interaction with people, and it was like, okay, well, what are they doing, and can I actually replicate that? But then the question arose that was, do I want to replicate that?
yeah,
And I looked at the content and was like, I don't want to replicate because it's shit content, and people who are consuming it are only trying to get a quick win, and it's just okay. I'll drop my link in the hope that somebody gives me something. And I come from a place of like value providing people, trying to provide value to people.
oh yeah,
But people dropping links does nothing for nobody apart from the person posting the TikTok. So I think I got to a point where I was like, every other post on my For You page in Twitch Talk became follow for follow. I will raid you. Look at the size of my community. Look at what I can share with you. And these pariahs of follow for follow and this side of things was so rampant. I was like, let's actually understand if it works, because everybody was saying, and even on not even just TikTok, not even Twitch Talk,
yeah,
but Twitter, Instagram, Facebook groups, all these sort of things.
yeah.
I've run social media pages in the past. It's
It
Instagram pages in the
was
past, and it's follow for follow everywhere.
Yeah, it was apparently a couple years ago beyond just as rampant on Twitter as it is on TikTok. I think it's shifted over to TikTok is what I've come to find out. But anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I think for me it was okay. Everybody says follow for follow doesn't work, but nobody's evidencing it. Nobody's saying why it doesn't work,
Yeah.
because you can see it works because the person is getting so many comments and interactions. And I was like, okay, well, actually, it doesn't. Let's look into it. Let's see who gets the value out of it. Let's see who gets the results of it. And it became glaringly obvious that it's the person who's doing the posts, running these Discord communities, running these follow for communities, and as you said, your hype communities and all that sort of stuff. And it's just a funnel of people just trying to get on board somebody else's success and try and pick up the scraps from it.
Yep. Yeah, it's I like what you did is you broke it down with numbers, because obviously all I do is attack. I wouldn't say attack anymore, but I kind of just like, this doesn't
Mm.
work, you idiot. I act like a complete moron with
Yeah,
my.
yeah, yeah.
Your method was spot on, because it shows how it doesn't translate. Especially with the main thing, when you look at somebody's page like you've done and see that they don't
Yeah.
actually do the thing you're supposed to do. Follow for follow. At least do me the
Yeah.
pleasure of following me back, you schmuck.
Well, that's it. And like, it just exposes people.
Yeah.
And I always say that. And I've had shit from people before, and fuck those people who comment this sort of stuff. But it's like, well, don't bring negativity to things because you're calling somebody out. It's not. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm
Yeah.
calling the discourse and the premise of follow for follow out.
Yeah.
And somebody will comment, and I had a back and forth with some guy who was like, "Why are you being so negative? This person is a creator just like you." And I was like, first, don't badge me with another creator like that because you're tarring my name. And it's like, I don't do follow for follow, so no,
Yeah.
for a start. And then it was just simply look at the evidence of it. And whenever I do a call out post, and I have called off a little bit on them for now, because I guess we can get into the morality of calling somebody out a little bit, because I was never calling anybody out.
Yeah.
I was calling the premise of their content out. I was calling what they were doing out and why that was misleading to other people. And I think what it started to sway towards was it got a lot of traction, and a lot of people started to recognize me for doing that sort of stuff. And that's fine, and I will keep doing it. But I don't want to be I don't want to be the call out guy, because then that badges me into am I leading a mob of people who then go attack people's content and actually attack that person instead of the content? I always preface whenever I post something like that in a comment section, I'm like, if I see anybody who goes and gives shit to the person directly and says, you're a piece of shit, you're doing this, you as an individual are awful,
Yeah.
and actually being hateful towards the individual, then I will block and ban you from my page, and you will not get any interaction with me, because that's not what I'm trying to. I don't want to start a mob mentality.
That's what I realized too. When I first got to TikTok, I was coming off of those hype communities, and I saw Cat Liente, which, by the way, everybody, Cat Liente is coming on the show April 10th. So mark your fucking calendars, because that's going to be.
Love Cat.
Love Cat. Yeah. I love Cat now. Cat is so cool because she does her shit. She knows what she's doing, and she doesn't let anyone. Even when she fucks up, she knows, and she's just like, she just keeps moving, because that's the nature of the beast. But I realized that mob mentality is crappy. Like right now, we have the dude Damage XT or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Also, and I'm going to double back because we can talk about him, but also with Teeny. So I followed Teeny because she also kind of made it her job in a way to call out people. But I realized she's taking full force like that. She's creating this mob mentality. So I was like, I don't know. There's this science to it, because my big thing, and I try to do it, and I did it with Abel as well, is there's something behind why these people think this way or why they're coming at it. Like this dude says Twitch is unfair because women can show their stussies. And it's like, yes and no. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, we throw around words. You can curse and say. And it's yes and no, because there are mature limits to what you should be able to show on stream. Like if you're blatantly...
Yeah.
And I can understand his frustration, because he thinks, oh, if you can do that. But then he brings in the fact that she's a woman. You're talking about view stealing and stuff like that. And that's not the case at all. It is not the case at all. So everybody's obviously going to attack him, report him. I sort of, in a way, attacked him. I wouldn't say attacked. I definitely commented on his video. I was like, dude, this isn't it. She's not taking your views. And then I realized, because he did a follow-up, and he said, I just don't think it's fair that I have to have a mature whatever, and she can get away with showing off her bits and stuff. And I was like, it gets messy. So I can completely understand not wanting to be the call out person, because that mob mentality happens quick on TikTok.
Okay, yeah. So I think with him, he's somebody I would happily attack personally.
Okay.
Because
I always end that by saying, but also fuck him.
Yeah, because actually he doubled down big time, and he went in again on his thought process, and he's now posting TikToks. I keep getting sent his TikToks.
Yeah, same.
That he's attacking the woke mob and all the S words. And it's like, you're now doubling down on what you said, and you're saying that you didn't actually create content about women. The whole point was that you can't use the S word, and you can't, it's a double standard. But the thing is, if you double down on that, you're just doubling how much of a dickhead you look, because you've already been called out and exposed for it.
Yeah.
The reason he did that is because his 60,000 TikTok posts with all the Muppets on there who agreed with him got deleted. And it's like, you're doubling down to try and regain what views and what likes you had. And you've re-uploaded the same TikTok twice.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like, you're, as a human being, you're fundamentally wrong in your opinion. And everyone's like, oh, it's an opinion. I couldn't care less. Your opinion is wrong. Like,
Yeah.
you can have an opinion about things, but your opinion is wrong.
You can have a statement real quick and say, this doesn't seem fair. But if you double down like he did and completely start shit talking other groups of people, at that point,
Yeah.
you're asking for it, dude. That's why I wish the second video he went, okay, that was harsh, deletes the video. Like, I guess the quote unquote proper thing is, what I was trying to say here was that some of these streamers, women streamers in particular, and shit, it can be dudes, because dude can just as easily show off his booty and his, sausage and eggs and
Junk.
shit. His junk. You said junk. I said sausage and egg. Hey guys,
Sausage and egg.
I'm 12. My name's Anime Daddy. Give me a fucking break. And then go at it from a mature point. But it's so bizarre that these adults act this way and just double down and then start attacking groups of people. And it's how do you think that's going to work for you? I don't know. It's so bizarre.
But it's the same. Like I guess he has the what's his name? The guy on YouTube and Twitter who always causes drama. You get compared to him a little bit sometimes. What's his name?
Oh god. Chat. What's the dude's name?
I've forgotten his name now.
It's on the TV. I just call myself the TMZ of Twitch talk.
Yeah, basically, it's like the Sun newspaper over here, which is just like a tabloid. Crap.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what his name is. Chat will know what it is. Yeah. But his content is intentionally insightful, and it's intentionally looking to drive, and pull people out of the fester pit of shitty opinions and shitty mindsets on cultures and groups and races and things like this. And everybody comes out of that when somebody has a 50k TikTok and they think that they have a platform to then spew this. Yeah. But because everyone's like, yes, I agree with you, they think they can get away with saying stupid shit. And that's why I started like calling him out as an individual. I haven't done a video about him individually, but I will very happily say that he's a knob. His opinions on women is stupid, and he should be lambasted by it. And I'm glad that the community called him out on it. Yeah. Best of luck to him with his streaming. I'm sure he's happy to continue streaming to 4 people, but he's not going to go anywhere without opinions. You do you.
Yeah, like I said, it's so like I have opinions on things. I've called out shit. I've made fun of stream reviewers. I've made fun of as a strong. I've all kinds of things that I consider lazy content. But at the end of the day, I know that it's still content. There's still a base behind it. But when, like I said, you start attacking groups of people and then you double down on it, you're cruising for a bruising, baby. And I'm just, it's so funny. It's
and to an extent, like I think there are people whose content I don't agree with. I have different opinions, and I think for the and with your content at the start, I didn't agree with it, and I still don't agree with some opinions that you have, and that's fine, because if we all were the same person, the world would be a very boring place.
Yeah.
But actually, you need people who can challenge ideas, and you need people who can do that in a reasonable manner. Otherwise, everybody just sings off the same hymn sheet, and nothing gets actually talked about and discussed. Because if you don't look at somebody else's perspective and thoughts, then you're not developing and growing as an individual. Yeah. And I think one of the things that's really popular at the minute, not popular, but prevalent on TikTok and Twitch Talk, is the conversation around men supporting females. And actually, the one that you said was about, is it virtue signaling, in essence, potentially? Is it virtue signaling for a man to want to be seen to be helping women out? I said females earlier. Sorry, I meant to say women. But I think is that a bad thing? Now, that mentality, to me, from what you're saying, is actually setting us back slightly, because you may be putting off men who have the fear that actually they could be virtue signaling. But that's just an opinion again, and it is an opinion that I can understand, because that happens. People are concerned that it's fake, and they're only doing it for engagement, and they're only doing it for their own self. Yeah. They're only doing it for their own self-worth and stuff.
And with that, I know a lot of women now are saying, as long as the message, even if unfortunately it's shallow or comes with trying to clout chase in any way, which I think we can kind of see it from a mile away, it's good that people are saying it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Segi said, guys have been sexualizing women for eternity, but the second we even remotely monetize it, it's an issue. Which
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
happens.
OnlyFans as a platform, if you attach the label of anybody who does OnlyFans and then people find out, you instantly get they instantly get diminished. They get abused, called a slut, called all these sort of things because they're doing an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Well, who's the idiot in this situation? Somebody who's monetizing what they're very happy to do. Nobody's forcing them to do this.
Yeah.
In most cases, hopefully, in most cases,
Yeah.
nobody's forcing them to do anything like this. But who's the muppet? The person who's doing it, or the person who's paying somebody and then getting angry about it, and not actually standing up to the people who call them sluts and and abuse them?
Yeah. I actually, oh my God, my buddy Max sent me something on the gaming side of stuff. Oh, damn. I wish I had it at the ready. It was about how they did a study where this goes along with women in gaming in particular, how lower tiered, quote unquote, lower tiered players got angry at women because they had status to lose or no status to lose, while like higher tiered, like professional players didn't. I wish I could find it. God, it was so spot on. I feel like a schmuck. I probably deleted the text. Does anybody else delete their texts because of OCD? I delete my texts like every day.
Never. I don't think I've got texts from 15, 20 years ago on my phone.
Oh my God. Okay, here it is. A 2015 study found that lower skilled male players of Halo 3, going back a little bit.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, were more hostile towards teammates with a female voice, but behaved more submissively to players with a male voice. Also, I love how we're talking about we're having the women conversation, and it's two white dudes again. But it's fine. We're still doing it. It's fine.
Yeah, I was going to flag that. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. We'll jump off this because I'm a big advocate of having a woman involved in the conversation. But women in the chat, go off. Higher skilled male players, on the other hand, behave more positively towards female players. They say female. I'm sorry, guys. The authors argued the male hostility towards them in terms of evolutionary psychology and blah, 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 but because they had more to lose.
Yeah, I think, and I don't know the study, but I would assume that the women playing with the higher skill level men are of the same level of them. Yeah. So they were playing, on a level playing field. And I think that's probably because the higher skill level players are seeing them as a player and what they can bring to the game versus, wow, there's a woman playing in my game, like she must be crap at this game, get back here, go make me a sandwich. And it's like the people who have the lower skill set probably haven't actually taken the time to put the effort into to become better at the game and actually invest time in things as well. So they just look for whatever they can to blame, be that like skill-based matchmaking or the most recent guns overpowered, or I'll point my anger towards a gender.
Yeah, they need an outlet. But anyway, jumping off, we're gonna jump off.
Let's get out of this conversation.
Let's get out. So, by the way, if anybody has any questions, I know we're popping off in chat, and I'm so sorry because this chat is popping off. Fucking shouts out to everyone who's coming out today.
Yeah, because names in there I recognize.
There's a lot of homies in this chat. How are we feeling, everybody? Yeah. Balls, guys are the reason I turned off game chat. Game chat is a whole beast. I was one of those squeaky Halo kids, so we're not going to talk about game chat.
Yeah, so I was COD, not Halo, but yeah, definitely.
What are your goals now? What are your goals with streaming now that it's kind of popping off on TikTok and everything? What would be your next goal, you'd say?
So I always set things out, and I've said this to people: don't just say my goal is X. I always try and break it down into objectives and KPIs because I'm a salesperson by profession, and it's how I run my teams and it's how I run my own career. So I break things down by metrics and I do things like that. Yeah. So what I wanted to get to is I want to maintain a 3 stream a week schedule. Okay. I want to ensure the quality of the content I'm putting out is regular. So I'm doing 2 TikToks a day, and I have been doing now for 3 months, and I've not missed a 2 TikTok day, thankfully. And what that means for me is when I'm putting TikToks out, I'm growing an audience. So in my head, I want to get to 10K followers on TikTok. On Twitch, followers mean nothing, so I don't have a follower target on Twitch. I want to get to 100 subs by end of Q2.
Q2. I mean,
it's
totally
like so salesy.
Totally.
I'll do this back up a little bit tighter and just get this corporate stick out of my ass. But yeah.
That's so funny. No, that's fine. I mean, like you said, if you
But yeah.
want to succeed at this, you have to come at it at a business, like in those senses. Here's the big thing. Everybody, if you haven't started a YouTube or putting your TikToks on YouTube, what are you doing? Do you have a YouTube yet? Is that part of your plan?
Yeah, I have one. I have a
Okay.
YouTube Shorts, basically. It's just YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
It's just repurposed content from
Yeah.
TikTok. What I'm struggling, and this is where I need to up my game, is to cross post content to Reels, Shorts, and TikTok. TikTok is my greenfield platform where the content gets created, and then I'll spread it to the other platforms.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I've been popping off on Twitter. By the way, guys, once again, promoting my Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, what are you doing? Twitter has been great for building connections, but I still feel weird about posting clips there. I don't
Yeah, I don't know
know.
how much. Yeah, I don't know any metrics or I mean, they have the, what's it called, fleets or something like that, which is like the live story
I do,
feature.
I'm just using fleets now to be an absolute goof. Like I'll start every morning with good morning because you're like supposed to show your face or whatever.
With your dog as well. I've seen your dog in this
Yeah,
as well.
my greyhound, like that's my pull is me
I
and
thought it was a greyhound. Yeah.
me and my greyhound, and I'm just like nobody uses fleets. I'm just yelling. I'm basically just yelling at the app because nobody. Hey, by a round of ones and zeros in the chat, who uses fleets? Ones being I use fleets and look at them, and zero being what's a fleet? You know?
What's a fleet? Yeah. I think like with fleets, because they don't go out to anybody outside of your own following, like I don't push any content to there because
Yeah,
people who will see my content on different platforms. So then it becomes saturated and then it becomes overwhelming for people to see the same shit. It's like when people who delete TikToks
yeah.
and then re-upload them. And I'm like, I've seen this, so I'm just going to scroll. So then I ruin your algorithm. It's like I've already scrolled past your post, so you're not getting anything from your followers.
Yeah, it sucks. It also doesn't go out to anyone else. Oh yeah, that's what we just said. Yeah, it's bizarre. I'm still
Yeah.
gonna keep posting there and see because it once again it shows you who looks at the fleet. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
Yeah.
Rose, I did my foot. If you guys want a foot shot, the first foot shot that I think that I did by accident was in my fleet this morning. So
Nice. You need to start charging like $4.99 for that.
yeah, monetize, baby, monetize. No, but go
Monetize your fleets.
pushing that Patreon for that free content. Yeah, no, I mess up. I wanted to do like a pre-show because I like doing a pre-show and an after show with the guests where we like shit talk not shit talk, where it's a private show for the Patreon members. But have you ever,
Yeah.
have you thought about a Patreon?
No, I haven't. And the reason I haven't is because I don't have a core audience yet.
Yeah,
And I know I don't have a big enough core audience.
true.
And I actually just don't think I have time to do another platform.
Yeah,
And I found this when I did, and what sort of shone a light on it for me was when I switched games from Call of Duty to a different game. And I went from Warzone, which is like 15 to 20 people for me, to playing Final Fantasy VII Remake to 3 to 5 people. And I was like, okay, I have 3 or 4 people which are important to me who are watching me, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But that's not enough for me to get my financial goals and my stream goals solely by variety streaming. So let's keep
Yeah.
sticking it out in 1 or 2 games before really jumping around and becoming a variety streamer.
it's yeah, you really have to dial in on a game, unfortunately, unless you have something specific going on outside of a game that brings people in. But that sucks because a big example I always give is Sword Mouse, someone who I had on the show. He's a partner streamer, and he started with, I think it was Battlefield 4, and he played it for like a year, I think, months. And he got partner. He was averaging like 300, 400 people. And he said, I can't play this game anymore, guys. And he switched games and went all the way down. I think he was like 60, and then he kind of built. So it's tricky because like you want to be happy with this industry because I feel like with streaming, you should be doing it because you enjoy it. That's part of why you want to stream.
And I think that is the biggest takeaway for me, is that what actually decides whether I stream a game is whether I'm happy playing it. I don't go to whatever it's called, Twitch Fire or whatever the website is that tells you the best game to stream at a certain time. I will stream a game what I want to play. If people can watch me, great, from my community, then fantastic. But if I'm not having fun, it shows. And I've had streams, and Steggy will know this. Steggy is basically one of my moderators and a really good friend. And she messaged me after stream once when I was playing Warzone after having a shit time. And you might have seen the TikTok, and it was the one where I was like, I'm burnt out. I can't give you what I want to do.
Yep.
Because I've just finished playing Warzone with a group of friends, one of my good friends who's very good at the game, and I was put in lobbies that were well above my skill level, and I was just getting absolutely shit on for 3 hours. And I finished the stream and I was like, I am exhausted. I am tired out from that. And Steggy messaged me and was like, are you okay? Like, how are you? Because you didn't look happy. I was basically spent half my time slumped in my chair like this with my headset on, and somebody just kept clicking posture check, and I was like, no, I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up from this point right now. I am very upset.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. My biggest thing with streaming right now currently is I don't want people spinning their wheels, and that includes burnout. That includes being unhappy on stream. Like I said, I think I might take Monday stream off. I really want to do Wednesdays because I love complain casts, but like the anime thing, unfortunately, isn't the full focus. But I know that I really want to focus on my editing. And this past week, dude, it's been. If you guys haven't, normally I push out like 3 clips a day because I'm just like an editing beast, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It gets you spending time being distracted. I am distracted as much as I praise being on this thing so much.
Yeah,
It burns you out. What do you do to avoid burnout or like curb it in any way?
I'm very conscious of my own mental health, and that's why I try to promote that in stream, and I try to check in with friends quite a lot frequently, and especially other streamers who I know are putting in the work. And I'm not a massive fan of the grind word, but I always try to check in with people. And for me, I have no issue. I cut a stream. I've moved from 4 to 3 hours on stream durations because of 4 hour stream for me. I could tell within the last 45 to an hour, my energy levels were draining. So I was less interactive with chat. I was playing worse. So I was getting annoyed at myself for that. So I just cut myself down to 3 hours instead. So I do 3.5 hours nowadays. But actually just to sit and I spend time with the wife. We have a puppy who's like a year old, who's just a bundle of energy. So we'll go outside and I'll throw the ball repeatedly and just sit and watch him bound around. And it's just like I sit and watch other streams as well, because biggest thing for me is I get more enjoyment out of seeing other people do well, which is why I started doing Twitch tips. Yeah. Actually, I have friends who started. I have a good friend of mine who just reached partner, and I have a few friends who just started a podcast. Their first episode was like 20 viewers on Twitch, and it was like, I love that. I love seeing the boys succeed. Like, yeah, I will happily take whatever you can from me if it helps you. Like I emailed a contact who I have with an energy drinks company, and this guy got a sponsorship because of it. Like I will do everything in my power to elevate my friends and do what I can. And for me, that's more rewarding. And I know you said before, you've called out Twitch tips before, and because sometimes it's piggybacking off the back of somebody else, or I think it was like a selfish mentality, etc. There's a balance. There definitely are people there. That's it. There's definitely that balance, and there's people that are only doing it, especially when they replicate content, which TikTok is. TikTok is just repurposed content in a different format, which is fine. But if you're not really adding anything new, then you're just pumping out. It's just a conveyor belt, and it's just like pointless.
I think the big thing with Twitch tips, Twitch tips are good. I've started doing a couple. Yeah. I know you commented on one, and it's because people were asking me how I edited it. I was like, you know what, this is content. People have asked me enough, and I always hate it because rant. I'm about to go on a rant. Okay,
here we go.
You can always tell when someone says, "I've been getting this question a lot." This is my microphone that I use.
Bullshit.
Like, nobody's fucking asking. Nobody's asking you anything. But I was truly, and you can tell because I've talked against it. People were like, "How do you edit and whatnot?" Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a video, and then I thought I'd spend time making this video for you, and I've explained it enough times. I'm gonna put it on the internet, and people are gonna make fun of me for it, and I love it. I love it. And you commented on it, and I was glad that you were one of the ones that commented on it. You're like, "Hey, is this a streamer tip?" I'm like, "Yes, it is, 100%." But yeah, there's that balance. So I guess for example, we have Cat Liente. One of the bigger Twitch tips, Noct also coming on the show, I think in May, and promoting.
Amazing.
God, what is it? Like everybody did streamer tips. Those two are the ones that come to mind. Cat Liente is a weird beast because she's done ones where I go, Kat, are you kidding me? Plug an Ethernet cord in? So it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's this push, it's this weird balance, but you can tell when you go to her stream, she truly enjoys her audience.
Yeah.
Like she knows how to balance the fact that people will come there for those tips and then bounce, but she's still able to have a personality. She's still built a stream that begs to be watched, or a community that wants to be involved. Same with Noct. I think Noct is doing a great job of I think in the beginning it was very much people came to him just to know shit. And now he's kind of stepped
Yeah.
back. You can see he does the Apex clips. He starts to introduce his personality. Like that was a big thing with
Yeah.
the Dustin interview, is like you need to bleed with those tips, your personality into them. That way they're not
Yeah.
only coming to you for those tips. And that's the big thing. That's
No.
why I hated tips for the longest time, is you could tell people were just making them because it was what everybody else was doing.
Yeah, I think for me, I started actually doing Twitch tips from an video editing perspective, so on how to do gameplay clips with the porthole effect, and how to, do the blurred thing that everybody uses for the game thing. And I started by doing that, but then I realized this has been done 1,000 times. That's how I learned to do the clips, is by watching another TikTok. And it's like, well, why am I doing that now as well? So I think with my content, what I try to do with Twitch tips is I'm very much about the saying of give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So let me give you the information to go do it yourself, and then I will celebrate your success. But I am not going to handhold you all the way through that. And for me, and this might sound really harsh, and I said this on stream and I got a little bit flat for it, but I'll say it again. I don't care about your stream. I care about you as an individual and what you're getting out of it.
I can do that.
If you go on TikTok, find all the cool little stream avatars and all the widgets, and you apply everything to your stream, fantastic, amazing. If that helps your stream grow, then that's the better thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to give you all this information and then you would then expect me to come and give you something else. I want to give you the information to go do it yourself, and then I will support you. For me, I'm not about hand-holding. I'm very much about elevating and having somebody have the autonomy to go do it themselves. I don't like spoon-feeding people to an extent.
That's like when I first got to TikTok, that was my thing, because it came with that support for support, follow for follow situation. Was the hand holding. The hand holding that happens with streamers is so bizarre to me, because a lot of them are adults. Like the kids figured, like I sound like I'm 80 years old. The kids figure it out. Like the kids,
other kids.
Yeah. But if you look at the younger streamers and whatnot, they're following streamers because of their content. Like if you look at younger streamers, they make fucking content, people. They have like tech reviews, and like they dial in on that stuff for brands and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the people actually showing up to the streams are taking part in the stream in some way, or are enjoying the content. And the hand holding that is so rampant with, in my opinion, adult streamers is bizarre to me, because it's like, if you've been going in life this long and you can't just Google is such an asshole answer to things like how do you do this? But when I see like say Noct is giving a tip about how to use OBS, and someone's like, what camera do you use? What camera should I be buying? I'm just like, what the fuck? Google it. Look at any other video.
Google it. Yeah.
These are all Russian bots.
I think, and Gorthulu says it, a successful streamer needs tenacity, and if they're not failing and they're not learning from their failures, then they're not going to succeed, because you need to have the ups and the downs, because otherwise you're just going to go through streaming with an arm around your shoulder, protecting you with a bubble and essentially wrapping them in cotton wool and saying, this is fine. You're doing great, sweetie. You'll get there eventually. But it's like, I will say to people, have you tried doing this instead? Have you done this? And people will go, don't tell me. I don't want any help. And that's fine. You don't need help. This is an opinion from a viewer. So potentially it might reflect what other people are thinking as well. And I think what I get asked, and I actually do get asked this, it's not people ask me, but it's what's the biggest thing that a Twitch streamer can have, or what's the biggest thing a Twitch streamer should do? And I think it's actually resilience, not anything else. It's not good graphics. It's not entertainment, actually, to an extent. It's resilience, because if you get knocked down and you're not willing to get yourself back up and pull yourself out of it, it's not for you. Just stop. Because if you're climbing and then all of a sudden you plateau, and you see that plateau as a failure, and you're not willing to learn from that or adapt to something that is helping you grow, just give up, because you're not made for it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to listen to other people try and give you advice, if you don't want to actually take on board industry changes or Twitch changes or the way things work on TikTok, and you don't want to try and seek out more information, it's not for you. Just do something else, because if you want to genuinely succeed at things, you have to be resilient and take the blows, because you'll get a lot of them. You know, you'll post a TikTok, it does 40 views, and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should delete that. You post the next one, it does 60,000, and you're like, top of the world. Great.
The kicker is you might post 60 that still get 40 views. There is, you can claim, because I have these conversations a lot where it's doubling back to that. It seems unfair. A lot of this seems unfair. And the way I think, and I know this isn't everybody, and maybe it shouldn't be this way, between the discoverability on Twitch, people are just like, oh, you should be more discoverable on Twitch. And my thing is, no, I love the fact that I'm working very hard to stand out in a way, because at the end of the day, I'm not the only podcaster. I'm not the only, there's multiple people doing what I'm doing. I just want to do it a little bit different and stand out in my own way for me. But it does get very frustrating to completely be, for lack of a better term, grinding at something. It feels like that. It feels like grinding. It shouldn't feel like grinding. To me, I use the word like that. It's not a bad word in my eyes. I want to be grinded down into a nice marble fucking countertop. Like
nice shiny polished marble.
Yeah. But I think the exact same way. I've finally gotten to the point where, yes, I do compare a little bit at times, but I'm in my own content. I know that I'll get knocked down, something won't do great, but I'll still keep pushing stuff out. And like I said, I've had a burnt out week, and Cinnabon followed me on all my social media. It's been a good week. I didn't put any content out. I've just been meeting people and talking to people, and hey, a business said, keep it up, we're watching. And I went, oh my God, Cinnabon, baby. And then
I have no idea what Cinnabon is, but yeah, good for you.
Yeah, it's like their cinnamon roll company.
I hate cinnamon. Sorry, I hate cinnamon. It's one of those things that like coriander. Or I guess you guys call it something else, not coriander. You call it some. It's like the herb that's really, you call it herb. The herb that's really soapy, that some people hate. You put in like curries. I forgot what you call it over there.
I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah, it's is it the consistency?
It's everybody has a different opinion, like a different cilantro. That's it.
Cilantro.
Yeah, cilantro. So like for me, because I think there's a science behind cilantro and coriander, basically, that people are wired differently. So some people taste it as the herb and the actual flavor of it, and some people taste it like soap.
Yep. Yeah.
And I taste it like soap. And cinnamon to me is a very similar thing that I just, it just like, it really I can smell a cubic ounce of it in an apple pie 3 blocks down, and it's like, get it away from me. I hate it. I don't want anything to do with cinnamon.
The other end of that spectrum, we're trying to get Chobani to follow me, which is a Greek yogurt company. So everybody, can I get a hashtag Gurt Gang in the chat? We're wild here. We have fun. Hashtag Gurt Gang. It's a whole thing. I sometimes eat 2 pounds of yogurt on stream. It's no big deal.
Jesus.
My bowels are fine. I'm very.
I was gonna say, then you spend the next 3 hours on the toilet.
But yeah, that's the thing is even the smallest things, keep going, because it is truly that, to be relevant, to persevere. That is a big thing. I love that. That's the clip. That's one of the clips, everybody. That's definitely.
There's your stream marker.
There's my stream marker.
Yeah, but I think, and then the issue and here's an issue that I think I find with TikTok is, people see the growth and the success of a lot of different creators, and they don't realize that what you're doing, and I had this chat with Nubbins, is you're seeing the success of something worked 9 months ago, and now you're trying to replicate something that happened 9 months ago. It's not going to work.
Yes.
It won't work. It's like trying to buy a stock 9 months ago at the same price it is now.
Yes.
And expect the same results.
Jumping on trends.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I mean, I sit in the sort of COD gaming niche, so my content is not Call of Duty related. I mean, it is sometimes.
Yeah.
But actually, a lot of the people that I follow are creators who grew January, February last year and pushed out. And these are amazing creators. Yeah. And they create some really innovative stuff and engaging content, and they've nailed it from a buying points of the content and the marketing and everything. They've done it. But what I see is a lot of people who jump onto TikTok and expect the same result. The thing is, it's an inverted pyramid. It's very, very top heavy with everybody trying to get on TikTok to grow their gaming and Twitch channel.
Yep.
And it's just like that. It's just a funnel of people trying to get in, and the nozzle is just so small because of people who will succeed. And if you're not doing something different, you're just like the rest of the noise. So you have to innovate. And that's why I watch smaller creators, and it's why I put a TikTok out there. It's like, stop following all of the big TikTok creators. Find somebody small who's doing something really innovative. Deep Voiced Man is a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
So Deep Voiced Man went into his quality of his content and the way he delivered it. Also, he's a very sexy man and he's an amazing voice. But the way he delivered it, I hate the word sexy. I don't know why I said that. But the way he delivers it and the way his presentation of his content looks makes people want to consume more of that. And this is not a slight on anybody, but there are so many big content creators who all deliver the information very similar way. And when somebody comes up like Deep Voice Man and innovates a little bit, you get attention. There's a reason why I messaged him and was like, dude, your content is sick. Like 2,500 followers, I messaged him and said, amazing job. I look back on him a month later and he's like 15,000 followers. It's like, well, that's to be expected because he innovated. He didn't look at it and said, let's replicate, let's innovate. And that's what he did.
Yeah, I think he's also a silly goose. I think he's part of Silly Goose. His content's pretty silly.
He's hilarious.
I will say it's funny though. Bringing up Deep Voice Man, which I bring up a ton of. Deep Voice Man and Juvenalia. If nobody knows Juve, another fantastic creator, but he's more of a YouTuber. I think Deep Voice Man is more of a YouTuber than a Twitch streamer, in my opinion. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. When I go to Deep Voice Man's stream, I'm honestly there maybe a couple minutes, whatever it is. I only stick, and that's very subjective, obviously, I know, but I think his stuff and his content, especially because of what he's putting out, is a YouTuber content. Like Juvenalia makes skits. He makes gaming skits. He doesn't have a huge following on Twitch in the live stream aspect, but it's all YouTube based. And I think that's a weird balance because normally if you come in from the streaming aspect, people are going to go full force on streaming, but it's part of that. You find out through streaming what you're good at or what you can dial in on. And I think that's what Deep Voice Man has done. He's found that niche that everybody's trying to do. I mean, I did it with interviews and stuff, but
I think and actually that's a great point because through TikTok and content creation, I feel like I'm a better content creator and a TikToker and than like I am a streamer. Yeah. I create better content and I'm more engaging as a content creator and a TikToker than I am actually as a streamer. I think I'm a good streamer and I can hold a comment I'm never not talking and I'm doing all the things that everybody says as a streamer, but I actually feel like I provide more educational content and engaging content off streaming. And I think I never realized I went down a path of I want to be a streamer. And then I took a hard fork and I want to be on multi-platform. I want to content create. I want to do more than just stream. And I'm better at it. So let's just focus over there instead.
I mean, let's be honest. With the TikToks, with the pencil and the tie, that is so fucking spot on. Also, isn't that an English term? Spot on? I think that's an English
spot on. Yeah, that's a very English term. Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm talking for like 45 minutes and I've already got you speaking English, idiosyncrasies and things like this.
I think I'm part English. I don't even know. My family.
But this is like when the Americans say they're part Irish and they're all part Irish.
No, I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm like 15% English. So.
Right.
Anyway, fucking, I love shepherd's pie. No.
Yes, and gravy. Excellent.
I love shepherd's pie. It was one of my favorite meals. I know people yell at me for it because it's like, it depends on how you make it. But anyway, spot on. What's up, Neon? Everybody, how are we doing in chat? Real quick, how are we feeling in chat? Anybody have any questions? Because we've been hitting it. This has been some juicy shit.
We've been going off. Yeah. I think I was nervous about coming on here because, as I said, you and I have some differing opinions on things, but actually I appreciate your viewpoint on a lot of things, and I actually think that having followed you, it's given me a greater understanding. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, but it's given me a greater appreciation of somebody else's type of content, and the silly goose content you do is fine, but I actually think that the value you provide is giving people these platforms, and that's why the best viewing content that you've had on TikTok is the conversations with and with Unstable Pisces and these sort of things. And I was nervous to come on after that sort of stuff with Abel, and I know you were close to Abel and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and things like that. And I was conscious that I may have contributed to some of that, but I didn't think you were going to cancel me, but I thought I might have got some silly goose comments.
No. I mean, that's the best thing about this is I'm a pretty open person. Like, I'll have a discussion with anyone.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll have that fucking damage guy on. I know we hate the shit out of him, and he will probably say shit where I have to go, hey, don't be a dummy, and he could probably put stuff on my stream. But I still the idea of filling a room with yes people is not, first of all, not good content. You want to have a conversation. You want to push boundaries in a way. You want to get to an even. I mean, now I've learned with trolls and comments, it's why. Always ask why. Why do you feel this way? I've gotten so many things happen on those videos where there's a bunch where I've completely fucking just went full troll mode, but where you go, why? Why do you think this way? And then you get to an even point. You're just like, okay, it still doesn't make sense, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to change your mind. And then they go, I appreciate you having an open discussion in these 150 characters. That's kind of just what everybody wants. They want to have a discussion in a way. And I think that's really important because that's how you change minds. I mean, there's that whole, I don't know, there's Forever doesn't like Joe Rogan. He had a dude on that changes like Nazis or KKK members or racists into like human beings. He changes their mind. Like he changes their mind. He has a discussion with them. He deep dives into why they think this way. Why does Damage think this way? And then you get to an even playing field or an even mindset, if you will. And then that's what I love. I love that. I love that idea. So if I have people on that have blocked me, that's perfect, because there's people who have blocked me because I came in hot with that Caliente video that I want to have on, but we're not going to talk about that right now because that's Patreon content. So, but yeah, I love these open platforms, and that's my thing.
Yeah,
and I'm glad. I'm sorry you were nervous.
No. I guess nervous is probably the wrong word, but like trepidatious. Like I know the content to expect, and that side of things. But as somebody said, arguments create better content, but I think discussions is probably a better word than argument, and getting different viewpoints of things like that. So, it's good, and I'm glad we could have this chat because. One of the best things I ever did was just randomly sit down with Nubbins and we chatted shit for 3 hours, and I was gaming, and then he popped into stream and was like, let's talk about monetizing streams. And I'm not going to plug like different podcasts and interviews that I've had and things, but I don't do that. He just came on my stream and it was like, I want to learn from different people. And this is a good point actually. And I don't want to, I know you might have some like cliff notes to try and guide the conversation a little bit. But I'm a terrible interviewee. I just take it off complete track.
Fucking go.
I'm not very used to being on this side of the conversation.
Oh, we're chaotic. Go.
But I think one of the things that I'm conscious of is speaking what I know about, and I do remove myself from conversations that I'm not educated enough about. And I think a lot of people can learn from that on TikTok. And this might come down to your virtue signal actually a little bit, from people who want to create content to try and support others, but actually they don't understand it and what some terminology can do. So I would sometimes call people females, and now I understand a little bit that might not be appropriate.
Yeah.
I don't understand all of the intricacies of the LGBTQIA plus communities. So I don't talk about it until I've learned more, and I do seek to learn out. I learn more about it.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I think anybody who wants to create content can do is try to be a well-rounded, and probably not even a content creator, just a human being. Just try to be a well-rounded individual, seek out information from people in those communities. And then if you feel appropriate to talk about it, sense check it with those people first.
Yeah.
If I posted a content, when I spoke to Nubbins, I ran it past a couple of my friends, and Steggy will know I was talking about supporting women. And I went to Steggy and I said, what is your point? What is your viewpoint? How would you feel if a man said this out on their platform? How would you feel about this? And do you think I'm the right person to talk about this? / am I delivering this message in the right way? I don't understand everything about it. I never could imagine to grasp everything that women go through in gaming and content creation, etc., and in the real world. But if I can understand from different perspectives and viewpoints what that TikTok that went viral with Nubbins did, was got 700 comments from women saying, "This is my experience, and this is what I learned from this." And I consumed that thinking, okay, this is a real issue. So now I try to advocate a lot more for males sticking up for women.
Yeah,
And I think everybody can just take a note and try and understand other people's issues, really.
agree, 100%. I mean, we're yesing each other at this point, but yeah, totally.
Which
Which, by the way, which is part of the reason why I reached out to Nubbins, was because you guys, those chats, those clips, obviously, clearly, I like those clips. I'm a podcast fiend. You guys, they were so good. If anybody in chat hasn't seen those clips, they're fantastic. It's a great conversation. I wish I was there for it, but I love whenever somebody's just like, I think I'm going to start a podcast. I'm like, do it. It's just chatting. It's the biggest category on stream. So,
I think it's interesting because it's a very divisive topic, and the topic of sex and gender is a real divisive topic on TikTok. Hence, your conversation with is like 100,000 views. My conversation with Nubbin is like 80,000 views. I have friends who've done something very similar, and they're the highest viewing things. Because of the anonymity of the internet, people weigh in on conversations. But the conversations that I had with him about, which is really sad, the conversations that I had with Nubbins about men's mental health and the usage of the S word and things like that, and commercializing your TikTok or your Twitch to be seen as actually, I want to make money off this, is a bit of a naughty word, and people don't like that idea. They did worse, but because gender and sex is such a divisive topic, everybody weighs in with their opinions, and then fights start in the comments, which boost the algorithm, and then it just goes cuckoo.
That was my first. Part of me knew, and that's why I posted it, and part of me was just like, I wasn't ready for that virality with that one clip because it hit like 100. I still get likes and stuff on it now, 117K views, and it was
wow.
It's interesting. It's a very interesting topic. It's very hot.
Did you learn anything from that post and what the comment section was saying?
I would say about 80% of that post was positive. About 10 of it was us, included, trying to not persuade, but have a conversation with people about educate with, because we use the word statistic, and God forbid, which is why I needed you for that thread. We needed the legit statistics that you have used for the past couple videos.
Wait, I'll get it.
Like,
the pencil's back.
God forbid. Also, I said female. I'm sorry. I got a bunch of those. I think I got tagged, and I got a bunch of those of people saying like, this guy doesn't even know the difference between female and woman. And once again, which apparently this is a plug, but who the fuck cares, because that's my brand. My name's Anime Daddy, guys. Look at me. Literally look at me. I'm learning. I'm trying. I'm putting in the work. TikTok has ruined me. I can't say bitch without saying Corvette. It's terrible.
God, I get that all the time. I have so many things that I just say now. My wife is picking up as well because I say things all the time. It's like, how bizarre. And it's like, oh no, I've done it again.
Bizarre.
It's like,
how bizarre. But yeah, for that video, I learned that some people just want to figure it out. They want to act. There are people who want to know and believe that people have it easy because they want them to have it easy so that they have something to complain about. And nobody has it easy. I just want to get that straight. No. In content creation, nobody has it easy. People might get lucky, but I think that's also in the fact of luck can be, in my opinion, transferred over to right place, right time, knowing the right people, putting yourself in the right positions to be quote unquote lucky. So as far as women having it easier, you can look at a statistic. Hey, I'm not going to quote it. Also, once again, I just told those people to Google it because name's Anime Daddy. Women will get that hook in the beginning because of male dominated, blah, blah, blah. So it was interesting to see what people's views were on the fact that if women have it easier or not. And it was definitely a learning experience. And I'm definitely more cautious about posting videos like that because I know they're going to get those conversations.
Yeah.
But that's not why I post those videos. I don't post those videos because I know they're going to blow up. I post those videos because I want these conversations to be had. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. And I think what I saw from that comment section was you and Lexi trying to guide the conversation to a point of mutual understanding about viewpoints. I think one of the things where I would say is there were some elements where you potentially backed off on areas that you potentially could have pushed harder. But again, this is a you brand thing. Like this is up to you on how you steer the conversations and how you engage with people like that. Yeah. And also there are just some lost causes. You can look at somebody sometimes and go like, okay, this person just doesn't want to learn. Like this
Yeah.
person just doesn't want to learn. Like here's a hamster profile picture. He like is putting slurs on my post, and it's like, okay, you just actually don't want to engage with any conversations. I posted a video yesterday that was like about Rogue Company game. I was like, I'm enjoying this game, and then somebody comes saying this game's still alive, and this game's like, what? This only idiots play this game. And I was like, okay, why do you think that? Do you not like the mechanics of it? Do you just not like third-person shooters? And he's like, well, it's dead, and I made a game on Roblox like 3 years ago, and it's better than this. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, you're not giving me any evidence. Like, give me evidence, not like stupid opinions.
Yeah, like I said, at this point, I just think they're Russian bots. There's no way they're either for or Russian bots. Because even when I was that age, like I wasn't that difficult on the internet, and I was a 4chan kid, guys. I know some people that can find some things that, like I've said to before, I'm like, if you need the 4chan crew, I know some people. And she's always like, I'm very glad that I'm not on your bad side. I'm like, it takes a lot to get on my bad side. This damage guy is getting pretty close, but I ain't gonna pull out the 4chan if I don't have to. Anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Damn, dude, I could keep talking for 4 more fucking hours, but we're running up on 5, and Nubbins is here. Everybody say hi to Nubbins, which I know you already did.
Nubbins, hello, Chi.
Nubbins, do you want to jump in and do I was gonna say 3-way. I mean, I already said 3-way, but
I mean, if the offer's there, but
the offer's there.
Long distance, you know. It doesn't go that far.
Nubbins, I won't force you to jump in my Discord. In fact, if you want to and then leave, you can, but that's where we're at right now. If you want to jump in, otherwise we can start a private call, but I know that's like a whole thing. Or
also, my webcam looks like shit. I've just realized. Never mind.
Does it? I don't think it looks decent on my end.
Well, I mean, comparatively to your amazing camera, but yeah.
Just my phone. Just my phone.
Is it actually?
Nubbins, yeah, if you want to, !Discord, if you don't mind popping that up. And then in my thing, you just have to hit the verify, and there's a waiting room channel if you just want to jump in there. That way I can pull you in. I also have his name. But anyway, anybody, any questions for corporate? We're going to do a little mesh thing because, like I said, I loved your guys' conversation. Nubbins is cool as shit, and I thought it'd be cool to like do this little blend. But we're gonna make this work. It's always fun.
It's not the camera, corporate. God damn it, Stiggy. I'm going into Streamlabs right now. I'm unmodding Stiggy.
Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired. Phone has a webcam.
I mean, she messaged me while I was late, and she was like, "Hello, are you alive? Like, where are you?" And I was like, "Oh shit, what's happened here?"
Yeah, no, it was all time zones, you guys. Time zones. All right, everybody. CorporateBrit, thank you so much. We're gonna shift into. We're gonna get to know Nubbins a little better.
Yeah, get to know Chi. My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me on,
dude. Anytime. Like I said, we could have gone another 20 hours because, damn, I'm a chatty Cathy. But thank you, everybody. Go check out CorporateBrit. If you don't know, now you know. I guess anything coming up that you want to promote, any shows, anything like that, let everybody know.
A few more call outs in my drafts on TikTok. They'll go up over the next course of the week or so. So on TikTok, but yeah, no, mainly Warzone and a bit of a mix of things. So anybody who fancies some very average gameplay and some British humor, then yeah, swing on by when you can.
Hell yeah! All right, dude. Thank you so much, everybody.
I appreciate it.
CorporateBrit.
I can hear my alerts going off crazy. So everybody who's following me, I can hear you. Thank you so much.
I was gonna say, should I turn on Lumia for this?
Right, cheers, dudes. Thank you. Enjoy it.